Don't be like me. Don't be like me, old, musty, and crusty out here, all right? Don't get old, y'all. And with that said, what's my intro again? No way, I forgot. I was like, wait a minute, what's my intro again? What's my YouTube intro? Welcome everybody. You've been working all day and now it's after work. I'm Joe, and welcome to episode 4 of TOS, which we were talking about right before recording, but we may end up changing the name of the show out of respect to Zach Bussy out here. All right. He came in with the Hitman Squad and said, hey, nah, you can't have two TOSs. I got TOS.GG. You can't have TOS on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't want beef. I don't want beef, Mr. Bussy. All right. I got idea names to spew out. So oh my gosh. Also, my lower back is shot. So we're going to do the best that we can today, but it's also the end of Blue Satire's, or close to the end of Blue Satire's in the appreciation week. So as far as housekeeping notes go, y'all make sure y'all go support all the homies over there. He's been tweeting out on his on basically all of his socials. But if you go to Twitter, Blue Satire, he's got the run up every morning of who's streaming, what times, if they gave him times and stuff like that. So y'all support. We'll be doing that later on with Tunche. And I know I'm butchering that name. I apologize, but it's a beat 'em up. It's a hand drawn hack and slash beat 'em up from Peruvian game developers Leap Game Studio. So we're gonna have a good time with that. Also, happy Hispanic Heritage Month to everybody. It's been a crazy first week so far. Other housekeeping notes that we got is I've been posting like a mother over on YouTube. So all the Toss episodes are up, and also the LI Retro panel that I did a few weeks back, that is up on YouTube as well. Audio is trash, but you can hear it for the most part. Everything that's going on is just the second half of it goes back to the mic that I was using for it and not the mic that I was recording my own personal audio with. And so it's a bit overdriving at times, but I tried my best to balance that out, and hopefully y'all can enjoy it. I may break it up into YouTube videos as far as like something a little bit more scripted and fine-tuned for a video essay YouTube type joint. So that's a future project. I was talking about this the other night too, so we'll see how that goes. I hope everyone's having a good ass Friday out here already. That's the first curse right there. YouTube, they got me. And we got all the homies on deck over here, so we're gonna get right into it. Let's get into some of the news. We got a lot of like bite-sized stuff to go through today, so we'll start off with a game trailer here for a game that I have tried every fiber of my being to avoid playing, and I finally downloaded it last night. I caved, and it's called the Goddess of War, Nikke, and or Goddess of Victory, sorry, Nikke, because they have a Resident Evil official collaboration trailer, and I'm trying to find my preview window for me so we can watch along this together. And y'all already know, I know Jomar, another Nikke victim. Here we go. we saw one of these trailers when they first announced the collaboration, but I just pretend to like that it doesn't exist, so that way I don't waste anything on it. It's free to play, but like still, I'm just like, It didn't even finish downloading on my phone. That's when I took the sign of like, no, don't do it, Joe. And then Felix kept hitting me up about it yesterday. Shout out Felix Wynn. And I said, all right, here we go.
My identity? Sorry, that's a secret.
Ada looks so good.
It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies
Claire,
of humanity.
my baby! Kill my other baby!
Before we go back, let's finish what we've started here.
I also don't know what the premise of Nikke is, other than there's a bunch of robots that you're always shooting.
Let's finish the mission. This is gonna make
Oh, she got a crossbow? Hold on. Shouldn't I go to Claire?
Relentless bastards! Don't worry.
Yeah!
As long as I'm with you.
Joe got the ballistic upgrades. Eddie, what's going on? Hunter, what's going on? That's oh, the biohazard caution sign with the I dig that. I dig that. Up next, we have got two new games coming to the Game Boy Advance lineup. Klonoa and oh gosh, it's like Dig Dug, but Mr. Drill, the sequel too. There we go. I was like, what? Why can't I remember the dang name out here? But I like that the Game Boy Advance is continuing to get the love on NSO, as the GBA has to be one of my favorite handheld consoles. I think it still is, honestly, in terms of like the amount of time that I personally spent on the GBA.
And now for a special bulletin.
What?
And there we go, Klonoa. And I'm curious as to how much this game is now, because I was looking at this game and it wasn't terribly expensive when I looked at it, but this was also like maybe 4 years ago and it was about like 40-50 bucks, which like GBA games, if I remember right, it was about $40 a cartridge. That direct was fire. That direct was fire, dog. That direct was fire. Oh my god. Now we kind of flying through here. Empire Dreams. There we go. Up next, we'll skip around this. Actually, I will mute this and play it in the background over here. Let me see if I can find. There we go. Okay. Boom. So this gentleman is actually the developer for a 3DS series that ended up getting to the Switch. It's like a horror series called Silver Falls, and he produced one of the last 3DS games. I remember when he was promoting that, and that's how I came across his YouTube channel shortly afterwards, and I've been subscribed to him since. He's, as of late, from what I've seen, shown like done like more like newsy type stuff, like current events that like impact him as a game developer, which has been interesting. Which here he is at it again, talking about him making a monster tamer game, and that is my food. Give me 1 second. And I realized I can turn my music back on. He's talking about making a monster tamer game, and Heather, what's going on, homie? Sorry, there we go. So he's talking about making a monster tamer game amidst the recent patents that Pokemon company put out and got approved, which, you know, revolves around the whole summoning and fighting as with summoned creatures against other summoned creatures. So he's more or less like now putting this to the test, because not only is he coming out with this game, he's putting it out on multiple consoles, right? So we're talking the original DS, the Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo. The dude continues as he goes on talking about like this monster tamer game that he's working on. Is that a Ditto toilet bowl? That's hilarious. He goes on to pull out different consoles that he'd like to get this working on, because he's also working on like the 16-bit animations for them. And I can't see where, oh gosh. But yeah, he wants to see if Pokemon Company will sue him for making this game, is like the long and short of this. Also, I'll do a better job of keeping the show note links in the descriptions of the YouTube videos as well, for those who want to peep out some of these videos for sure that I've been picking up off YouTube and grabbing links here and there. Where I know he's pulled out consoles and stuff. This might not be maybe this isn't the video for it. No, yeah, he definitely did it at one point, and that is my food at my front door. Yeah, got my food. I just really want my smoothie right now. Uh, let me see if I can see him pull out some of this stuff. Yeah, I might be thinking of another video, but it's in relation to the Monster Tamer game where he like has all these different modded consoles that he's working on and whatnot. But yeah, I hope that I'm sure at the end of the day he will be fine, but it is kind of interesting to see what the outcome is out of this, considering he's going to be putting the game out on previous gen consoles and like old school retro consoles. I think that that's cool. I would like to see the SNES and the GBA one. Honestly, that would be really, really dope. Living the life, right. You know. Okay, up next is a fun one, and I got the site pulled up too. So from RPG site, Yuji Horii comments on Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined coming before potential Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 remakes, which I thought it was interesting that 7 was the one that popped up. I know it's like one of those highly regarded games as well as 8. But I my first question when I saw 8 was, wait, what happened to 4, 5, and 6? I was hoping 4 would be next after this. So this gives me hope. Granted, keep in mind, grain of salt, this has been translated, but I don't know if this is through Google Translate or if this is through an actual translator here. So we'll pick apart what we got going on here, but this is off rpgsite.net. Excuse me. Excuse me, my gosh. So Square Enix has found itself knee-deep in what has seemingly become a Dragon Quest series remake movement. After releasing Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake last year, series fans won't have to wait long for Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. That's at the end of October. We'll be playing it here. I'm super excited. Ads galore out here. My gosh. The recent reveal of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined at the September 2025 Nintendo Direct may have raised questions about why the 7th entry would see the remake treatment before 4, 5, and 6. As it turns out, such a question did end up reaching series creator Yuji Horii in a Japanese live stream that he co-hosted. This exchange appeared in a recent live stream on the Yubao and Mashirito no Koso Koso. Oh man, okay, that I'm not gonna butcher it any more than I already have. That went live September 15th. This channel is also where Yuji Horii and Kazuhiko Mashirito Torishima co-host monthly streams that began in early 2025. Shortly after the 44-45 mark in the stream, Mashirito questions Yuji Horii about how it's not 4, 5, 6, but 7, which also implies that he's wondering why Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined came before the potential remakes of Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6. Horii-san responded to this, of which our translation is as follows. Yuji Horii, a lot of things are moving around, but it was just done first by chance. And when Mashirito tried to comprehend this remark, he repeated the sentence but added 7. Mashirito said, a lot of things are moving around, but 7 was done first by chance. Then at 45:20, Mashirito tried to imply that it does not mean that they are not working on 4, 5, 6, or he tried to evade by saying, I didn't say it 3 times. Shortly afterwards, there was a conversation between Yuji Horii and a hat-wearing MC Nas Chris. As I said just now, we want to make them playable on ongoing platforms. Does that mean 7 is simply progressing smoothly? Well, yeah, there's also a period for its development, and we do have a lot of progress. Like, for example, 4 had a lot of story, chapter divisions. Maybe that's why it could be taking more time. Well, that is hilarious. So basically, and this happened before, I forget with I don't know if that's, I think Yuji Horii is also how we found out Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake was like rumored to not even rumored, like he accidentally said it and then it was just a matter of time before it actually like officially got announced. But it happened again with him spilling the beans. So I think what'll probably end up happening, I think we will eventually get all these Dragon Quest games on current gen platforms, as it seems like they have been clearly remaking them, right? I personally want to try 4. Granted, I know I can get the 3DS version of that game, and I believe that there's a English translation for that, because I'm not sure if that officially came out stateside or not. Either way, there is a way to play that game, but if we're gonna get an official version, I'm willing to hold out a little while longer. That one I feel like was the first one that I came across when I was starting to watch like Dragon Quest retrospectives before I even knew anything about Dragon Quest. And like that was more or less like my intro into them, is like I have a very, very brief knowledge of this entire series. It's so expansive, and like the way each 3 games, it's like its own trilogy almost, and then like the more recent ones have like tied back into some of the other games in one way or another. And now it seems like they might be trying to reconnect all of the, like connect them in some form or fashion to each other. um 4 always seems so interesting to me, and when Dragon Quest Monsters, the third one, came out on the Switch a few years back, the character in that game that I kept calling Trunks is like the main bad guy for the fourth game. And in the fourth game, you've spun out like all these different characters, and you're doing them in each chapter, and then it's the final chapter to like actually build out the final boss battle. And I thought that that concept was really cool, because you rarely see something like that in a JRPG, where you're like doing X, Y, and Z to then eventually have all the characters meet up. Is a really cool concept. We've been good on time so far. We were just talking about the the fact that Yuji Horii can't not spill the beans, and it does seem like Dragon Quest 4 at the very least is also being worked on as far as a remake goes for that game. I think also the fact that 7, 8, 9 were the 3D ones. I don't know if 6 was a 3D one, but if I recall, 4 was an NES game. Hold on. Let's see. Dragon Quest 4 original release. Yeah, it was originally released on the Famicom. So I think 5 was a Super Nintendo, and 6 may have also been a Super Nintendo. Yeah, 5 was a Super Nintendo. 6 was originally released for the Super Nintendo as well. And then I think 7 was the first one we got back on the PlayStation 2 or something like that. Yeah, the original release was on the PlayStation, so maybe 8 may have been the PlayStation 2 one that we got. And then there was like 3DS remakes for a moment, so I can totally see them doing the HD 2D engine for 4, 5, and 6. And those may be based on those original concepts of those games, while they do the 3D ones for 7, 8, and maybe 9, because 9 was definitely on the 3DS. Oh man, I'm not getting no more games for this year or two. You say that now. You say that now. Famous last words, Diamond. All right, so moving on again, some more TGS stuff where Capcom has officially, it's so funny. So I'm going to show 2 things, right? We're going to show this tweet that Capcom posted, and then we're going to show the Tokyo Game Show showcase website that Capcom has on their website, right? But this appears to be their showcase lineup. So we're gonna see more Pragmata, Mega Man Star Force, Street Fighter 6, Onimusha, Monster Hunter Wilds, because there's an update that's coming out that should be close to the end of the month. So assuming they're gonna be showing more there. And let's see, series producer. Oh, Monster Hunter Stories 3. I was like, what's happening here? We've seen a bit of Pragmata at this point. I feel like we've seen, unless they're going to show us something completely different, I feel like we've seen a lot of Pragmata at this point in terms of gameplay, like enough, I think. to get the gist. And I think it's okay to go silent for a while, but they wanna keep going at it. Street Fighter, because Sea Viper's coming out, they're probably going to showcase her a little bit more in terms of like what they're showing there. Onimusha, I don't know. We've seen gameplay, we've seen trailer footage. Maybe they go a little bit more detail. Is this basically showing to shine? I know we were talking about maybe them showing something Resident Evil, but with that left hook on them showing off a brand new trailer at the direct, this makes sense. They also have a 90-minute panel going on at Comic-Con in a few weeks' time. We're teetering on showing too much at this point. I think they have shown enough of Resident Evil for now, but I like, now that we've got them being at New York Comic Con, them being at TwitchCon, I don't know if they're gonna show anything at Comic Con for them there. Although I could totally see them showing more Resident Evil stuff there, because now they gotta have their booth there that's gonna showcase, the games there. However, I'm just I don't want to see too much, you know? As much as I want to, I don't want to see too much. I'm okay with this. I'll be honest, I am absolutely fine with this. We're gonna get let me want to have more information. I am satisfied right now, but let me now want more, and I know the game's coming out in a few months, but let the other games have some shine. I'm okay with this. The thing is that I think people were expecting more Resident Evil because on their website for TGS, they have Resident Evil Requiem right there. And I think it's only because literally the games are going to be at the exhibition, the show floor. They're going to have Resident Evil Survival Unit as well, which is a mobile game that they're working on. So the online event, that's what they're going to show here. The demos are going to be there. I don't think it's going to be any different than what was shown off before, but hey, we will find out next week for sure by then. Up next, we have something that came across my YouTube feed, and I thought this was really cool. I'm going to mute the music for a second. Square Enix's Japan website. I don't know if this is on their English website, but I saw this and freaked out, and I said, oh my god, wait, Chrono Trigger news. And then I got upset, but then I got interested again because I was like, oh, they're reprinting and touching up original artwork from the game, and they're selling it, I think, on the Square Japan website. I haven't seen it as of yet, as of this live stream and this recording. Them selling it on the Square Enix English website, but it should be up on the Japan website or coming out soon on the Japan website. And they retouched up several different art pieces of artwork. They went through different characters. Dude, this was such a tease because it's like you even see like the change in detail of what they've been working on. It's nuts. They go through each character and then they go through like the artwork, like the more like broader artwork out here. My boy Frog, son, best character in that game. Isla, Robo, mages, and then like, dude, it looks so beautiful. Ugh. And I should have pulled up my translator app to see if it pulls up over here. Ryan, what's going on, dude? Oh yeah, there you go. It looks like October 5th, 2025 maybe is when it's coming out. But yeah, no, these look incredible. Now just give us the game, dang it. That music, right? Give us the remake, you cowards. What is this? Little Nightmare Street? Not Dashy out here getting ate up. Oh, you see, they announced the 9-star Arjikin, Blungaga, and Anjanath for a while. I didn't, but I know that there's like some pause thing, like actual pause for Ebony Odegarin that you can get, and I'm like, yeah, no, I need those. I need those now. Up next, another trailer that I saw pop up on my YouTube feed that I was like, oh, DotEmu, say less. They always cook. Is a game called Absolum. So let's check this out. I actually have not like full on looked at it.
To Absolum, the original rogue
and we'll probably skip around over here.
In Absolum, you control one of 4 outcast heroes
Yeah, no,
on a
our
mission
work is
to
already
overthrow
cooking.
the tyranny of the Sun King Azra, who banned the use of magic after a cataclysm ravaged the world.
Hold on 1 second. Just gonna turn the AC off. It's kind of cold.
You can play Absolum as a lone hero.
This game just landed on my wish list. Really? See? The only thing holding me back is that roguelike part. But other than that, I'm like, dude, the animation looks clean.
Fight different minions and
y'all got my hack and slash at my heart.
New rituals to make use of their powers in battle.
Ugh.
As you explore the world, you will discover new regions.
The kid with the mask. You got a mage frog. Shut up.
Who will give you a hard time while trying to put an early end to your
Yeah, I might have to keep my eye on this game.
Yet, your mission is above death itself. When you fall in battle, the forbidden rituals of Mother Yuchawi and her root sisters will resurrect you in her sacred sanctuary.
Want the fern plant, want the fern plant, want the fern plant. I appreciate you.
NPCs who can boost your abilities.
Welcome on in, homie. We're just checking out a game called Absolum from DotEmu. They always have the best artwork in their games.
In the few safe places that are left in
you know, this kind of gives I don't know who's played Dragon's Crown. It gives Dragon's Crown vibes.
Help you dispatch the minions of the Sun King who dare stand in your path.
Not so much in the artwork, but in the hub area, the gameplay style to like hire out people and stuff like that. Are they the devs behind Hades? That I do not know. Let's see. I doubt it. Absolum, developer. Because DotEmu, although they develop, they also publish too, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're mainly the publisher.
New rituals and buffs.
Yeah, so they're part developer on this, but Guard Crush and Super Monks are also the folks working on this.
Just make sure to show some kindness to your loyal steed from time to time.
And I don't see any other games that they worked on here. Let me try to take a peep, see what their history looks like. Absolum looks like their first game. What about Guard Crush? Is a French video game developer.
Effective at dispatching enemies. You can choose which
Streets of Fury.
Start your adventure.
Why do I know that title? But they focus on beat 'em ups. Oh, they also worked on the Streets of Rage 4 alongside Lizard Cube. Okay, so
full arcade beat 'em up arsenal to
yeah, this is looking
powerful hard counters, dodges, deflects.
It makes all the sense in the world now.
And rare but devastating.
It makes a lot of sense now.
As you explore the world,
Joe pre-ordered 30 copies, please. I wish.
Permanently. New paths will open, and you will travel by land, sea, and less mundane means to reach your objectives. As the game progresses, you'll reach new regions with stronger enemies. Choose carefully which rituals
my back, I mean, can't even name body parts anymore.
Reflexes well oiled to finally reach.
Cool, don't often play roguelites, but there are a few that I like. Yeah, no, that's what I'm like. Kind of got me on the beat 'em up aspect. The art style looks amazing. And then the mage frog, I know as silly as it sounds, that mage frog is screaming, and the kid with the mask too.
And restore magic to the world.
October 9th. Why are these games coming out so close to each other? We actually watched that whole thing. I was locked in. All right, so up next, this is actually a continuation to a story that we've been continuously bringing back with Mario and Mario Plus Galaxy. They threw a video out, 7.5 minutes, that goes over the differences of this Switch 2 version of this game. So let's check it out, because the only thing that I learned about was that there was mouse support, which I was like, oh, that's cute, but it's tied to the second player. So if you have somebody that you're playing with, they can move around the second player controller, and like, you know how like you were able to like collect the stuffs with the Wiimote? That's essentially what you're doing, but with the Joy-Con.
Once every 100 years is the Star Festival, where shooting stars fall across the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm booing you because you got this 100%,
But on this
please.
peaceful night, Bowser appears, kidnaps Princess Peach, and flees into space.
Yeah, and apparently there's 4K
Mario
support
ventures
for
into
it
the
too,
galaxy
which I'm like,
with the
oh,
help
okay.
of Rosalina
Respectfully, I'm not buying
and
Galaxy
many
again, which you don't
friendly
have to. You can buy Galaxy 2 digitally. The only thing is, if you're trying to buy it physical, it's only in that damn bundle, and I'm like, ah.
From round stars to square
But also,
stars.
your boy has vertigo with this
Dazzling
game series for some reason. So
Pristine
I don't know if
oceans,
we retry it again
lava lakes,
and my eyes unfix
and
itself.
more.
Fix itself.
You'll
I don't
visit
know.
planets of all shapes
This will
and
be the third
sizes.
time since the Wii that I have attempted to
Besides jumping,
play this
You
game.
can attack enemies with spins, or
But yeah,
stun them
it
with
seems like
star
this
bits.
game will actually like be out
Take advantage
for a
of
while
gravity
and not
to
like
run
be
upside
the
down.
what they did with the 35th
Explore
anniversary, where they
opposite
just
sides
decide
of
to
the planet
delist it.
and jump up high.
Because I feel like they would have
You
mentioned
can
that
do all
on like
sorts
the
of things
last
in
time.
space. You can also get power-ups to transform, fly around as B Mario, freeze and skate on water as Ice Mario, and pass through some barriers as
Voiced
Blue
by
Mario.
Boo Chris Pat.
What other power-ups
I pre-ordered the
will
bundle,
you
never
try?
got 64 Shine Galaxy bundle. And I want both of these. Yeah, there you go. Like, it's good. It's good that it exists for people that don't have the other one. And like, that's also the like part of the intention behind it. I get it. It's annoying, but I get it from that aspect, because like
Another story is
they
written
took it
in the
off
stars.
the market. Like, you
One
can't
day,
get that anywhere.
Mario receives an
So the people that
invitation
did
from
buy the
Princess Peach.
collection, like, yeah, it's annoying for us, but how many
But
other
then
people
she's
didn't get it,
kidnapped
you
by
know?
Bowser, who's
Or are
now
gonna buy it
huge.
just for, you know, Mario Galaxy 2 on top of that, you know?
Mario
So I
journeys
can't
into
hate on
space
that
to
aspect.
find Bowser.
It's definitely the collector's dilemma.
Yoshi's help, he begins another cosmic adventure. There are power-ups in this game as well. Create floating platforms as Cloud Mario,
Boom.
and roll around as Rock Mario. Other power-ups await, including some from
Voiced
Super
by Rock
Mario
Chris
Galaxy.
Pratt. Voiced by
You can
Spring
also
Chris Pratt.
drill underground, grab onto a bird to soar through the air.
Oh, they got Ho-Oh in this
and
one?
Plenty more.
I don't know why, because like I can look at this and be fine. It's when I play it that I get all like wobble wobble
When you're
goober.
riding on Yoshi,
I can't figure
you
it
can
out.
use his tongue to grab objects,
I can't figure it out.
as well as gobble
Voiced
up
by The Rock,
enemies,
doing a Chris Pratt impression is
or
nuts.
even spit some back out as projectiles.
Oh
Yoshi can
man.
also transform
But
with
yeah,
certain
it's
fruits.
they, you know, they prettied it
Sprint
up.
as
Eh.
Dash Yoshi. Float like a balloon
What is
as
missing
Limp Yoshi.
as far as Mario games now at this
And
point,
illuminate paths as
other
Bold
than like
Yoshi.
CDI and like
A dangerous journey to save
Mario is
Princess
missing,
Peach
Mario
awaits.
typing. Oh man. No Mario 40, aka
In Super
Mario
Mario
35
Galaxy,
dropped
a new
ball.
chapter has
What do
been
you
added
mean?
to the
It's
storybook.
literally this. They like, why would you re-release
Expanding the
something when
tale about a
they
girl and her
have
roomies.
when it's already out? Other than Sunshine's eventually going to be on the
A
GameCube
storybook
thing.
also
That's
appears in
probably
Super
how
Mario
people are going to end
Galaxy
up playing
2.
that. 64
What's
is
in
already
store
on
for the
the
twin Lumas?
64 at this point. It played the same exact way, except it looked a little bit cleaner, right? Like that's about it. Actually, no, because it's got the
In
upscaling
both
too
games,
on the
you can
NSO at
enable
this
the
point.
newly added assist mode. You'll get
What do
more
they even
health,
mean by that? Oh,
and you'll return to platforms if you fall off, making for a smoother
oh,
space adventure.
that's cute. It's kind of like multiplayer for
In addition, two players can journey together.
oh god, what's this
One
game?
player controls Mario, while the other can help out by collecting star bits and coins.
3D World, right? 3D World did that. Where like if you were
The
playing
second player
multiplayer and
can
you had a bunch
also
of people
immobilize
around, I think
enemies.
although it still used up your life.
Plus, there are soundtrack modes for each game.
They love their
Enjoy
in-game
154
soundtracks.
tracks, including memorable songs,
Miss Tiffany,
as
I
well as new
appreciate you.
songs from the storybook.
Oh man. And they took away the Mario 35. Yeah, that's what we were saying before. It was like they took away the Mario 35. So I get why this Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 bundle exists. Is it goofy? Yeah, for the people that like us who bought it because, you know, we buy everything Nintendo, right? But I at least give them the, like, I don't expect them to sell that game separately, because if they did, we'd be upset that they'd be charging $70 for them selling it single, right? There must be some data to that as to like who actually bought that collection, and maybe they wanted to lump in Galaxy with it, or
Two journeys across the
having
cosmos
Galaxy
come together
with Galaxy
as
2
one.
because you're putting out part
Super
2
Mario
and still
Galaxy
don't
plus
have
Super Mario
an
Galaxy
official
2
means to
launches
buy
on
Galaxy
Nintendo
because
Switch
they
October
delisted
2nd.
it.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Goofy behavior, but yeah, that's it's one of those
New
things
amiibo
that
figures for
like
Super Mario Galaxy plus
people
Super
who
Mario Galaxy
didn't
2
get it
are flying in.
now have an option, you know?
With Mario soaring through space
God, these
and
amiibos,
Rosalina reading to Lumas,
they look pretty, but
these larger amiibo
and
can
they've
help you
gotten
out.
better into detail, but man, yeah, look how
The
far that
Mario
came.
and Luma amiibo grants a
Jesus
life
Christ.
mushroom, while the
Is it
Rosalina
50
and
for that?
Luma's
I thought it was
amiibo provides a
$39.99.
one-life mushroom.
Because like I kind of see the amiibos, I will say that's one where it's like I'm very pick and choose. They've gone up in price, but they've gone up in quality too. Because from going back in the day where you had to wait for a restock on those busted ass amiibos where Lonk looked like looked all busted up. Wii Fit Trainer was missing an arm, like or had like the clear leg, and like, dude, Villager with the eyes, man. Nah, that's one that I'm like, all right, that's a collector's item for me, you know? That one I will say, granted, the pricing going up on our end is expected because of freaking tariffs, and that's the only reason why that probably happened, and that's annoying. But I also don't see the price going down afterwards too. That part's even more annoying. Amiibo Mario Galaxy. Hold on one second, and then I'm gonna get back to the other stuff that was over there. Yeah, $39.99, $39.99 for the Rosalina. Still, $40. It's up there, but the quality on that is way better for sure. I think it's like still their same prices overseas and stuff like that from what I gathered. But yeah, let me read up here and then we'll go on to this next one over here, which is the GPD win. Miss Tiffany, I appreciate the check-in over here. I pre-ordered the bundle, never got the chance to the 64 Sunshine Galaxy bundle, and I want both of these. Yeah, no, Trent, you're gonna have a good ass time. Those two games are like revered as like the best of the Mario 3D platformers. So like I only ever hear good things. My only issue is whenever I've tried to play them, I've always for some reason got vertigo on them, but I can watch other people play them. I don't know why that is. I feel like that should be it should work the same way, but it's weird. I wouldn't even call it vertigo. It's just like weird, like I see a lot of double going on and then I get the dizzy afterwards, and I'm just like, Okay, well, I think I gotta turn this off for a moment. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But it's only those 2 games. Now Clair Obscur does that to me, and, Wario Land 3. I'm pretty sure it was Wario Land 3 that I can't play without having that feeling, and it very rare. Wario Land 3 was the first time I ever experienced that. I was like, "Ooh, hold on. I feel like I should not be playing this game." Um But yeah, you're gonna do the $40 digital, and yeah, at least the option is there for it. I mean, it's unfortunate that they don't have it as like its own physical thing, but that just goes to the whole, hey, they would probably charge full price if they could for that. And 70 being the new 60, like I'm not surprised that they're charging full price for it. Again, it's annoying. It's a definitely an annoying thing. I'm hating on the $99 Virtual Boy per perpetual. I That's a typo for that one. I'm trying to think of the word that you were trying to say there, and I know where you're coming at with that one. And I'll continue to hit on it. The thing is, the Virtual Boy, they're outpricing some of those. The Virtual Boy, I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna defend the Virtual Boy for a moment here, because you try to look up a Virtual Boy, and that thing costs like 200, 300, sometimes without the box and its other components that belong into it. So the fact that it is 100 for the headstand portion, I'll take that over spending the 200, 300, and that's without the cartridges that you're gonna get in the subscription service. I'll take that. Where I'm like, uh is 2 things, right? You can't play it in docked mode, which we had a whole conversation about. If y'all are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I think it's the second episode where we talked about this a little bit more into detail as to why I feel like they may have gone with that option in terms of like not just preservation, but for um purposes of authenticity of how that console worked as well. And that was one of Gunpei Yokoi's last inventions at Nintendo. He did that, and then the Game Boy Pocket Light, and then left and worked on the design for the Wonder Swan, and then sadly passed away afterwards. And I think there's part respect there too, in terms of like that was his creation. I don't think they want to alter the experience of what that was. So I see it from that aspect as to why the no docked mode. It's a little bit of a bummer in terms of it not being there as an option. Um, I don't see them adding it later on down the road, but yeah, that's kind of like the very short version. We had a good conversation about it on that episode. It was episode 2, so if you have a moment, check it out. That's there. But yeah, I'll take the 99 over that any day. But also, I have Labo, and I want to see if day one they if this will work. I'm hoping this works. I don't expect it to be read this way, but it looks like it's the same parts that they're using for that cardboard component that they have for Virtual Boy there. And again, they gave an alternate option for the headset at least, because there's the 99 and then there's the 24.99, but also you don't have to use it, it's just another available option that's there, it it goes to say, I don't think a lot of people are going to use the Virtual Boy is for weird people like me who just enjoy all the goofy shit that Nintendo does. I'm about it. I'm a fuck with it. I probably won't play every single game on there. The fact that they're not just releasing like half of that library at the very least at launch is kind of crazy. There's only 14 games, but whatever. uh Nintendo's gonna Nintendo on that regard. Um a happy Indie Appreciation Week. Psyched. We out here. We're almost done with the show. We got one more topic and then we'll get into some tunche out here. Nah, 100 USD for the headset, the like official initial one, the cardboard one. I call it cardboard one. It really does look like the Labo parts. That one's 24.99. Kirby over the Mario amiibo. I do like that Air Riders one for sure. Let me see. Was Smash part of Brothers was part of the 2014 we knew, yeah, was part of the Smash Brothers shortage. Oh yeah, no, yeah. All going back to that real quick, yeah. The phase ones, the amiibos, that was like the introduction to amiibos, was those Smash Brother joints, man. Sakurai, there was no way Sakurai wasn't gonna, but also freaking yeah, the those Kirby amiibo. There's another direct that's gonna happen later on. I think it's next month. And they're gonna announce more of those amiibos that can be swapped around. People are gonna go gangbusters on that joint for sure. Until they probably see the price for those as well. 'Cause, did they announce the price for the Air Rider amiibos, or did they only show them off? Because I wouldn't be surprised if that rivals about $30 at the very least, did I hear you apply? No, I didn't apply. I'm still working on unlocking the application, but Jomar, the other Joe, he has the application open. I think he'll be applying soon. So y'all make sure y'all still tapped in with Jomar. That's the damn homie over there. All right. Y'all keep the tabs open. I don't know if he's live tonight, but if you see him live, pull up that tab. Ryuma just got partnered. He's celebrating right now. Who's this Jomar fellow? Only the bestest cozy streamer that I know that's also very sus. And can also throw basketballs in the hoop behind his head. Clean. All net. No nothing out there, Yeah, I don't think Jomar submitted just yet, but he's gonna soon. Sweetie submitted and Charity submitted. Yeah. She submitted recently also, so they'll probably hear back next week. And fingers crossed. Fingers crossed everybody gets it. Like I personally feel like everyone's gonna get it, so I'm just making sure that I do my part now and keeping the homies tabbed up and supporting however I can. The amount of times I've had this computer on overnight to make sure that my shit counts, just because I know I got all the homies here putting in the damn work. I'm like, come on, we got to get this. I'm ready to lock in with pitchforks if need be, bro. We gotta pull up to Tabitha Twitch, as Anka put it. We gotta have a nice conversation. You know who else has got to submit? You do. I know, Ryan. We still have to unlock the app. We've been battling numbers out here. So when it happens, we'll immediately submit, because we have the requirements. We just need to unlock the app at this point. So we will get there within due time. I am at 69. I've been battling between 68, 69 for the last 3 weeks now. 2 weeks. So yeah, the thing was, there's like higher numbers that were higher than the norm that we're battling out and going back to now. So where it was getting those, it was battling those with some of the low numbers that it kept evening out. I knew that was gonna happen. So we're here. We're gonna try to make it happen. Of all the numbers, you would be at 69. Hey, what are you gonna do? Oh man. All right, let's get this last topic taken care of out here. Then we could play some games. Look at us. We almost got a proper under 2-hour show out here. Every edit that I have done so far has been like close to 2 hours, even with me cutting out the raid videos. I think this edit should fall under the 1.5-hour marker by the time we're done with it. So that should be nice. Don't know who all is familiar with the GPD wins, but they have done various Ioneo. They've come out with like various handhelds that are similar to a more beefier Steam Deck on steroids, and then some, right? They're taking everything, and this is the most recent handheld in the GPD Win 5. And this is what I keep telling people about the handheld market, and why I was okay with spending that 450 on the Switch too, is because yes, it is incredibly nice that we are getting these handhelds and it's being proven that they can run, fairly damn well, uh, rivaling PCs now at this point with some of the specs. But with that also comes a hefty ass price point. And looking at the GPD Win 5, which is looking like a wider PS Vita, the the specs for the most expensive one, they have the Indiegogo early pricing, which is that IGG pricing in red for 2120. And the retail price afterwards, once it's released, is going to be 2268. And then it goes down from there. But check it, the this doesn't have this doesn't have an internal battery. So you have to buy an external battery, from what I understand, in order to run this joint, and that's going to cost you another 103. If you want to be able to dock it to play it on a TV, that's another 103. And then if you want another uh SD card, solid state drive there, that's another 103. Yeah, so this is we're getting to these weird points of like, okay, it's nice that these powerful things exist, but why is there no battery? And like, I would imagine this bundle here has to have that, right? Like, it's crazy. My brain cannot process how expensive this handheld is. Neither can my wallet. Uh, the one with the 385 APU is the same price as the Legion Go 2. Yeah, so and I'll double check that right now just to make sure, but I think the big thing was that there was no internal battery. No internal battery, GPD Win 5. Let's double check and take a look. And also, that is my Amazon. I think my heat pad is finally coming in. Okay, my heat pad is here. I need to get that desperately. Oh, my back is killing me. Yeah, the GPD Win 5 does not have a built-in internal battery. Instead, it uses a separate detachable 80 watt per hour external battery that clips onto the back, similar to a backpack. Hold on, sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. This design allows the device to power the high-performance AMD Strix Halo APU, which requires more power than a typical internal battery can provide, but it makes the device less portable when the battery is attached. I mean, y'all see the battery here. Let me see if I can pull up the Indiegogo over here. Indiegogo GPD Win 5. All right. It's not gonna show me like, hey, log in under this name, right? Uh I just, oh, there it is. See, like, it's not bad, but like, why? It's not the worst thing on the planet. It's just why? And then I'm gonna get charged. I'm gonna have to pay another $103 just to play it the way it's intended to play it is kinda, I don't know if I rock with that one. Looks like a beautiful device. It's just, you know, no. There's too many handhelds on the market already, and we're getting to that point, right? Where like you're gonna have a company like Microsoft that can undersell the pricing of their handheld, the ROG Ally Series X Strix and all that stuff. But the that and their lower model handheld, I'm sure will probably be somewhere still around like I'm still thinking like 700 to 1,000 for those two devices because the Xbox consoles themselves are also going up in price again. From I forgot to pull that up, but the prices of those are going up again. The handheld has to like be somewhere within there as well. Is the only thing I can think of. I don't see in a world where the handheld isn't as much as that Series X console. I really don't. And that already was like 700 bucks, right now. So what, it goes up to 720 if that's the case. Okay, that's in the delivery room. I gotta go downstairs and pick it up. RIP wallets for anybody that's looking to get it. But like, yeah, I still think that that's going to be cheaper than like a lot of what these other companies do because they can't afford to drop the price in it because it's not Microsoft can make it up in software, right? These other companies don't have that luxury. They have to sell the hardware for what it is, you know? So that's also dependent on whether or not what does handheld gaming mean to you at that point. Is it important enough that you need the utmost like highest graphical output that you can possibly do, that you're gonna spend that much on it? Or are you okay with like some compromises here or there to be able to play some of these games on other consoles, and it not be the glitz and the glamour, the Mercedes Benz of handheld gaming? Because I'll tell you right now, the screen is small, and these small screens, like, yeah, you'll be able to pick up things, but like, I think you'll be okay not seeing the greatest graphical output on a handheld. That's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? I'll gather y'all's thoughts in a moment. I'm gonna run downstairs and grab my package before somebody steals it. And when we come back, I'll gather it out. We'll get on out of here, and then I will play some Tunche for Indie Appreciation Week. I'll be right back. Okay, let's close out this show so we can get into the games. We have not much left, right? I think we're good. Yes. Okay. The last thing before we get into our moment of whatever is real quick wrestling notes in the Discord. I think Notorious is going to figure out which one is going to be played first because there's a lot of wrestling happening tomorrow. It's All Out, but it's also WrestlePalooza. So I don't know if he plans on showing both of them in the Discord, but if y'all want to jump in the Discord, there's the link right there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, on the day that WrestlePalooza and All Out is happening, the Discord is in the description down below. And with that said, I had a deep dive topic, but I kind of want to make a separate YouTube video for it. It's about is, and we briefly touched on it before, but is Capcom showing too much Resident Evil? I was waiting to hear what they were planning on showing for their digital showcase, and since it's not there, I'm gonna hold off and talk about the stuff that is coming up and stuff and whatnot and what we've seen so far. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a separate video. And last but not least, we have our whatever moment, our moment of whatever. It's kind of like your moment of bliss or your moment of zen from Jon Stewart. So here we go. We've got every burger commercial ever ready to be shown. So let me get this ready, get this pulled up over here, and
They said we couldn't put fries in a burger, so we put fries in our burger. They said we couldn't dip those fries in a milkshake, so we overthrew the British, took out Osama bin Laden, made it illegal to kill a bald eagle. Introducing the all-new, all-American, Texas toasted double egg, double bacon cheese. Who gives a shit? This is America, and this is a burger. Maximize shareholder value.
He did such a good job with it because that's like every burger commercial or even a car commercial for that. Here's your second one. We've got 3 today. It's Friday. F it. Let's go. Skate is so broken. What is this? Uh-oh, here we go. We got the grind. We got the jump, right? Christ there into the... Whoa!
You, finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
Skate rim. And then for those who know the content creator Senna over on Twitch, well, here on Twitch, she recently went to Zelina Vega's house, and they got a whole ass wrestling ring inside their apartment, as inside their home, as one does when you're a professional wrestler that makes it well. You you make sure you got that. And so her cameraman, it's like a kendo stick from Zelina Vega.
That's good form.
Yeah. Rosie, it's either her or Alistair, so you know what I mean?
Go ahead, Zelina.
Okay.
Oh!
God! Lordy!
Why is it still stinging? Why does it just keep going?
It's a kendo stick. Woo! We gotta hear it again. We gotta hear it again.
Someone said Grayson Waller would take 100.
Oh my god. Alright. More spinning space.
Yeah! No, the face doesn't. Oh my god. There you go. There you go. And that is going to be it for Toss, that one show, episode 4. Thank you for hanging on out tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like, share it with your friends, and hype up the video, because that's the thing for the next 7 days. Every video that gets uploaded, if you hype it up, it helps get into the YouTube algorithm. So please go back on the previous episodes of Toss or any other videos that I uploaded this week. The LI Retro stuff. Toss episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be coming out tomorrow over on, if you're watching this on Twitch, it'll be up for VOD viewing on YouTube on Saturday at some point in the late morning, early afternoon time frame, just because your boy likes to sleep in a little bit. So I'll just like quickly edit it in and get it up there. And then shorts go up over there. Any support that you can throw that way would be amazing. We're like teetering very close on getting the ad revenue unlocked for the YouTube channel. Again, I haven't had that in like 3 years because they took it away when YouTube did all these different requirements. So with that said, this is Joe clocking out. Let me know what y'all thought about any of the topics in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Love y'all. And remember, fight for your dreams, and your dreams will fight for you.